Hey guys, it's Sandro here, and today's video is a look at my favorite car detailing paint protection products. Now, I've recently completed videos on my favorite car washing, paint protection, and interior detailing products. So this video will be the last chapter of this series, which is my favorite car waxes, sealants, and coatings. Now, just like the 3 previous videos, I've selected these products based on what I personally like and use both at home and in my detailing business. So I'm not saying these are necessarily the best products or choices for everyone out there. What I am saying is, based on a number of factors, whether it be price, local availability, performance, user experience, or just personal preferences, these are the products I personally like and use. And just like in all the videos, I've tried to add a number of extra products that I think can be great alternative options. There's a lot to get through here, so let's get to it. First up is the genesis of paint protection, car waxes. I get asked a lot what is my favorite car wax, and there's one that generally comes to mind, which is Scholl Concepts Premium Vintage Wax. As far as looks go, I don't think I've ever seen a better looking car wax with rich, deep saturation and impressive gloss that is hard to match. Beyond that, it's quite nice to apply, feels beautifully sleek, and has great hydrophobicity with impressive durability. In a nutshell, it's just a spectacular wax with only 2 real cons, which is firstly that it's very expensive, and secondly, it's hard to get a hold of, as I believe Scholl only does very limited runs. As far as a well-rounded car wax that really does everything well, I think Colonite 845 Insulator is a winner on so many fronts. It's beautifully easy to apply, feels nice and slick, looks great, has good water behavior, with reasonable durability, not to mention it is very affordably priced. It simply ticks all the boxes a great car wax should. Now, I don't think it's necessarily the best wax in every characteristic or performance aspect, but I do think that as a whole, it could be the best well-balanced car wax on the market today. Third on this list is Meguiar's Deep Crystal Wax. This is a wax that, because of its very cheap price, tends to be overlooked and disregarded, but don't let that fool you. It has perhaps the nicest, most pleasurable and forgiving application of any car wax I've ever used. It's just simply beautiful to apply. Beyond that, it also looks fantastic with a silky smooth finish and what I'd say is reasonable water behavior and durability. In other words, this is a show car wax at bargain basement prices that makes waxing your car an enjoyable experience and will put many more expensive show car waxes to shame. Fourth on this list is Bowden's own Butte Beads. It's a tall order these days to create a new car wax that's not only better than the hundreds of car waxes currently on the market, but also offers something unique. I think Butte Beads is an outstanding product that stays true to its natural car wax segment, rather than just using fully synthetic ingredients and putting them in a paste form tin, as many do, and that essentially aren't a real car wax at all. It's really impressive how nice to use, how highly hydrophobic and durable this car wax is, considering it is a natural wax. Now, it is a little pricey, but with all things considered, it's great value in my opinion, and a true wax enthusiast's dream product. Last on this list is Bilthamber Double Speed Wax. Now, some will disagree with me, but I don't find this wax to be the easiest or nicest to use. Maybe it's the Australian climate, and although I know it's quite cheap in Europe, it's expensive here locally. But I felt I needed to add it here as it's just such a hydrophobic and durable car wax, perhaps being a class leader and so impressive in those areas that it could put many fully synthetic car waxes to shame. I also think it looks great and is a fantastic option for a car wax lover that does want that sealant-like hydrophobicity and durability in a wax. The next category is traditional or liquid car paint sealants. First up is Shell Concepts W6 Black. I'll be honest that this is a slightly sticky and grabby paint sealant to wipe down, and also one you don't want to leave on too long, get sidetracked or forget about. But with that said, its looks are just outstanding with class-leading saturation, depth and gloss, only second to Shell's own vintage wax, but fortunately W6 Black is very cheap and affordable by comparison. It also has a nice slick finish once cured and great hydrophobicity and durability. In other words, if you can deal with its application, which honestly is still very reasonable, you will be rewarded with one of the most outstanding looking paint sealants in existence with some great behavior and long-term performance. Whenever I get asked by a beginner what I'd recommend as their first paint sealant, Jescar Ultra Lock Plus is frequently my answer. This is just such an easy and forgiving car sealant to apply. You could literally forget it and wipe it down hours later without issue. It also has one of the most rewarding, slick and addictive wipe-offs of any product on the market. I've been using it at home every now and then, and although I haven't found it to be the most durable as a long-term sealant, it's super sleek, looks fantastic, has great water behavior, and I simply just love it as it's just a beautiful, no-fuss application. Third on this list is Poor Boys World EXP. I think this is a very underrated, truly fantastic sealant that once again could be due to its very low price point. Its application is give or take middle of the road, but it looks fantastic, has better than average hydrophobicity and durability for a traditional car sealant in this segment. I reviewed Poor Boys Black Hole in a past video, being perhaps the best car glaze on the market, and I think using EXP over it will be one of the most fantastic combinations you'll ever experience. Last on this list is Fuso Coat Soft 99. Before ceramic coatings were a thing, Soft 99 was perhaps the most durable paint coating on the market. Now back in the day, it was dirt cheap, but I think due to its popularity, it has quadrupled in price, though with all things considered, it's still reasonably priced. Now I don't think it has the nicest application. This is a sealant you want to apply super sparingly, and it can also suffer from hazing or ghosting at times, and although it may not offer the highest gloss, its darkening and saturation is really impressive. But what's most impressive is its truly outstanding water behavior, chemical and environmental resistance, making it perhaps one of the most durable paint sealants on the market, and I think deserving of a place here. The next category is spray sealants or coatings. I'm going to start with 3 spray coatings here from NV Car Care, being NovaJet, Luster and the new Boost V2. NovaJet was the first NV product I ever tried a good 7 or 8 years ago, and perhaps the one that got me interested in the brand. Its hydrophobic behavior was just mind-blowing. I don't think I'd ever seen anything bead and sheet water so well. But it also left a beautifully saturated finish, tended to be very chemical and environmental resistant, with a nice look and user experience. In a nutshell, it's a water beading beast, which became my all-time favorite car sealant and to this day is still a class-leading product. NV Luster soon followed after Jet and offered some very different characteristics. To this day, Luster still perhaps offers the highest gloss finish of any product on the market, with perhaps the slickest finish known to man. Add to that a beautifully rewarding user experience as well as some quite decent water behavior and durability, and Luster has also established itself as a truly outstanding show car sealant. If Nova Luster and Jet had a baby, it would look something like Nova Boost V2. What became really popular with fans of these Nova sealants was layering NovaJet over Luster to get the best of both worlds in terms of looks, feel, hydrophobicity and overall performance. Boost V2 combines the darkening saturation, highly hydrophobic and chemical resistance characteristics of Jet, and then adds the high gloss, slickness and rewarding application of Luster to provide a new spray coating that really seems to do it all. It's also the easiest to use, being pretty much like a quick detailer, comes in substantially cheaper than Jet and Luster, but is actually going to be the most durable one of the bunch. Next on this list is Polish Angel High Gloss. In my opinion, this is just another legendary spray sealant. It looks so outstanding, rich and reflective with a beautifully slick finish, has fantastic hydrophobicity and very good durability, being nice and rewarding to apply. There's only one thing I can really fault about it, which is its insanely high price, being about 5 to 10 times more expensive than most spray sealants on the market. But with that said, it's still a benchmark and exceptional product, maybe worth trying at least once. There's so many more spray sealants that could honestly have made this list, like Turtle Wax Seal and Shine, Bowden's own bead machine or Fully Slick, and even the new CarPro Reload V2. So it's not easy guys, but I think Meguiar's hybrid ceramic wax is one that should be on this list. For me, it just looks amazing, has a decent user experience and slickness matched to very impressive water behavior and durability. In other words, I think it's the whole package just doing everything well, tends to be reasonably priced, widely available, and I think Meguiar's did a fantastic job with it. Last here, I feel I needed to add Sonex's Brilliant Shine Detailer. For the longest time, this was a hard to get, very expensive product here locally, but it's now available here and actually the cheapest one in this segment. Now, it isn't a slick sealant, but quite the opposite, being rather grabby, and its application, at least here in our hotter environment, can be a little more work to apply. But I feel it needed to be on this list for its fantastic hydrophobic behavior and really exceptional durability, perhaps being the leader in this area. And I also think it looks quite good. The next category is hybrid coatings that bridge the gap and sit between paint sealants and true ceramic coatings. I would be remiss not to add Meguiar's hybrid paint coating here. I just fell in love with its super rewarding and forgiving application that just makes it pure joy to apply. It could also be potentially the slickest product here, being so pleasurable to run your hand over. Now apart from that, it looks rich, dark and glossy, has very nice water behavior and could really be a good 12-month protection option, especially if layered. The aerosol can also ensures the product is kept fresh for long storage periods, and it comes in quite a generous amount, being able to do many cars, making its price very value orientated. Definitely one I recommend you try at least once for the joy of it. Second and last in this category is 303 Graphene Spray Coating. Unlike a lot of brands that flood the market with average after average product, I feel that 303 is a brand that tends to limit its range and takes the time to fine tune each one before releasing it, making their whole lineup solid, unique and dependable. 303 Graphene is no exception. From the way it looks, smells, applies, performs and behaves, you can see it's different and not just another clone of something else. And it goes without saying that in all those areas, from the moment you apply it to the way it looks and performs down the track, this is such an outstanding hybrid coating that can certainly last up to a year, and for beginners can be a fantastic first coating to apply, being very user friendly without all the hardships that can come with applying fully fledged ceramic coatings. The last category is semi-permanent nano or ceramic coatings. I'm going to start with two lighter coatings here, being CarPro Sea Quartz Light and Geon Can Coat Evo. When it comes to value, you're simply not going to find better than these two in a true high-performing ceramic coating. I've tested them both quite thoroughly. There's a few videos on this channel if you're interested, and although both of them have some stronger and weaker characteristics by comparison, in essence, I think they are closely matched in application, looks, behavior, durability, and even price. You could probably coat anywhere from 5 to 10 cars with each of them and get a good 1 to 2 years durability with fantastic performance, but also with a more friendly application compared to using high strength coatings. Second on this list is CarPro Sea Quartz UK 3.0. There's many reasons why this coating still is perhaps the #1 sold, used and loved worldwide more than 10 years on since its initial release. First of which has to be it's beautifully easy to apply, read, understand, and execute application that few coatings can match. Secondly, it looks amazing with rich saturation and glass-like gloss. Thirdly, it beads and sheets water exceptionally well. Fourthly, it can last 2 years and beyond. And lastly, with all things considered, it's very reasonably priced. Whenever I get asked by a beginner to recommend a first-time ceramic coating, UK 3.0 is generally my recommendation for all those reasons. Third on this list is Geon Mohs Evo. Honestly, a lot of what I said about UK can also be said about Geon Mohs. I have done reviews on both coatings and they do have slightly different applications, but once you understand them, they can be give or take as easy to apply. But I still think UK has a little more flexibility, forgiveness and ease in that area. Mohs is certainly a slicker coating than UK and actually much closer to Sequartz Sick in that area and even potentially a few other areas. Mohs is a little more expensive here, but I do really like it and think Geon did an outstanding job with it. In essence, another great first-time user coating I'd recommend. Fourth on this list is Carpro Sequartz SIC or SIC. Now I'll start by saying that I don't feel this is a great first-time coating to start with, as having a little past experience in understanding coating flash times, optimal wipe-off periods, as well as identifying high spots and visually buffing perfectly streak-free will help you in applying this coating to a high standard. Having said that, I do feel this coating looks truly amazing, honestly topping both UK and Mohs in that area, being extremely sleek, having increased hydrophobicity and potential durability. It's also pretty much the same price as UK 3.0. In other words, I've come to realize that this is a higher performing coating that isn't as super easy to apply as UK 3.0, but will certainly surpass it performance-wise. One last thing worth mentioning is that Sequartz UK topped with Sequartz Sick can be one of the most fantastic combination with better looks, behavior and durability as a combinational application. Last here is NV Nova Evo. This coating has been around for many years, even containing graphene before graphene was even a thing in car detailing. I would describe Nova Evo as a professional level coating available to the consumer market. It's been formulated to work as a single layer coating, so it does apply and cure quite thickly and has gone through updates throughout the years, now being even a little more durable, but can also be a little more grippy to wipe down. Having said that, it's just class leading in its brilliant looks, amazing hydrophobicity, and as a single layer coating, there is few that can match its performance and durability. It is a little more pricey, but in essence, it's almost like applying 2 layers of most other coatings at once, making it great value and efficient to work with. Well, that's it for the main portion of this video, but as I start to wrap things up, I'm going to quickly add some bonus products here. Carpro Hydro 2 is a spray on and immediately rinse off sealant that I personally prefer to use on car wheels and absolutely love. Now honestly, I could also add Geon Wet Coat, Bowden's Own Wet Dreams and even 303 touchless sealant here, as they all perform give or take similar. But Carpro Hydro 2 is the only one that comes in a concentrate, making it worlds cheaper and far greater value. As a general trim dressing for plastics, tyres, rubbers, engine bays and more, Carpro Pearl is still at the top of my list, being so versatile, effective and just a standout product. When plastic car trims have degraded beyond the point of what a dressing can address, Solution Finish is still perhaps my #1 trim restorer, being able to bring back badly faded plastics to a like-new appearance. I would say that more recently, Carpro Darkside has become my more long-term favourite tyre dressing. Although it is solvent-based, I find that it doesn't suffocate and brown tyre walls like many other solvent-based dressings, and has a beautiful satin gloss sheen finish. For coating glass, I still tend to gravitate to NV Nova Glass. It's super speedy to apply, very chemical and environmental resistant, highly hydrophobic and very affordable here locally. As a wheel, exterior trim and even engine bay coating, Carpro Deluxe is still at the top of my list. It looks fantastic, is quite hydrophobic, durable and a very affordable trim coating. Quick detailers. There's 3 I primarily use, being the original Nova Boost V1, CarPro Elixir and Meguiar's Ceramic Detailer. They are all importantly slick with great lubrication, tend to match the hydrophobicity of my paint protection, and are nice, quick and easy to use. For wax and sealant removal cloths, I would say my favourite towels are the Four Seasons. They're a premium quality dual-sided Korean weave with shorter and plush sides and just really fantastic high quality cloths. Last but not least are my favourite coating removal cloths, the AquaTouch Captains. These have a more unique pearl weave that make them soft but still low profile with next to no linting and perfect for finishing coatings streak free. Well, that finally is this video and this whole 4-part series of my favourite car detailing products done and dusted. What I or any other detailer prefers to use is always subjective to many factors, so my advice is use whatever works well in your world, and if it's safe, effective and efficient, then by definition it's a great product, and at the end of the day, that's what really matters, guys. If you enjoyed this video and would like to say thanks and help support future content, you can do so by buying me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/ccad, in which I'll have a link to in the description box, or you can now hit the thanks button below the video, and thank you everyone for the support so far. As always, I really hope you guys enjoyed and found this video helpful. Please share it with others, give it a like and comment below to show your support for this content, and I'll see you guys soon.